I think, we're in abnormal times. This is not the Republican Party of yesterday. This is sort of the Trump. I think it's the Trumplican Party in many respects. It's so extreme. And if someone is supporting or voting for someone who is hurting members of my family, members of my community, our elderly, our children, gutting our government, firing people, I do have a hard time being friends with that person.
The topic of political differences in friendships has been a hot-button issue, especially in the wake of high-profile friendships like that of Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes. Despite supporting and campaigning for different presidential candidates, the two remained friends, though there was a period when their relationship seemed questionable due to their political differences. On a recent episode of The View, the co-hosts tackled this issue, with Joy Behar offering a surprising response. "I won't give them a kidney, but I could be friends with them," she stated. Behar emphasized that political differences aren't just about party affiliation, but also about fundamental human values. It's not just about politics, it's about morality, ethics, cruelty, and discrimination.
I could be friends with a Trump supporter. I won't give them a kidney, but I could be friends with them. I mean, the thing about it is it's not just about politics. It's about morality, ethics. It's about cruelty. It's about discrimination. It's about a lot of things. So those are personal human values. We're not really just talking about fiscal conservative who pays more taxes. We're talking about you as a human being. So it's hard to be friends with someone who signs on to something like that. On the other hand, they're open to discussion. I like to talk to them, find out what exactly do you know about this guy.
Alyssa Farah Griffin, the show's conservative voice, pushed back by pointing out that many friendships, like Swift and Mahomes, are based on deeper personal connections rather than just political alignment. "My best friend is a Democrat, but we have people who voted for Trump. If you know people to their core and understand why they made that decision, you can respect them and coexist with them." Sara Haines took a more nuanced stance, highlighting how ideological bubbles shape political perspectives. Drawing from her own experience moving from the Midwest to the liberal East Coast, she noted, "When you go into their bubbles and see the coverage they're watching, their families and churches, they're not voting on this awful human being you're seeing. It's about how their beliefs align with what they see." However, Sunny Hostin had a firmer stance, arguing that the modern Republican Party, especially under Trump, has changed the political landscape. "We're in abnormal times. This is not the Republican Party of yesterday. It's the Trumplican Party in so many respects, so extreme. And if someone is voting for someone that is hurting members of our community, our elderly and our children, I do have a hard time being friends with that person." Haines added that she values curiosity when it comes to political discussions. "If I share values with people, that part is more important to me than who they voted for, so I'm more interested in understanding why they made that decision." Behar, however, wasn't entirely convinced that curiosity alone was enough. "I think basic people are good, I do. I believe Americans are basically good people and have empathy," she said, before pointing out what she saw as one of Trump's latest controversial moves. "Right now, didn't we read something about how he doesn't want Ukrainians who have citizenship to retain that?" Whoopi Goldberg, as always, injected a mix of humour and bluntness, chiming in, "Who came from the war?" with a knowing smirk. Ultimately, the discussion on The View mirrored the complexities of friendships like Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes, where political differences can create tension but don't necessarily mean the end of a relationship. While some, like Behar and Hostin, view political choices as moral issues that could impact friendships, others, like Griffin and Haines, believe in prioritizing personal bonds over political affiliations.